Okay guys, this is the big one. October 7th, a lot of stuff is going to be changing, and in my last news video I said that the crew skills, consumables and equipment changes weren't coming on the 7th. I was wrong, they are coming on the 7th. So here we have the update sizes for each of the consoles. This is detailing the new season. If you want to check that out, you can check the article on their website. But this is the start of the stuff that's really changing. So regiments will have banners which can be created. So edit your banner and you can create the end result will look something like this, or whatever you choose. So varying shapes of banners, different emblems can go on them, and more emblems will come with more time as they update the game in the future. 2 color schemes, primary, secondary, different effects on the banner, and then finally finalize the banner to save it and then push it out to everybody that's in your regiment. This is good, this is nice, this is customization that the game needs, and I think this is just more, as they say, quality of life stuff. It's nice. I think it would be, I don't know if it's going to work though. I don't know if we're going to see the banner in the MVP screen where you've got the first, second, third and the winning team. I don't know if their banners are going to show. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I have no idea. If they don't show, then not many people are going to see this. But maybe they'll change that in the future. I don't know. But hey, it's a start. Good. Traits for regiments. You can have traits for your regiment which tell people if you're, the one that I can see being used by a lot by people will be, casual, new player friendly. But there will be some that are hardcore, the competitive clans, the clans that really care about WN8 ratings and all that sort of thing. They'll be using this, but for me, I'm probably going to have everything on apart from hardcore because we're just here to try and have fun. Scrolling down then, this is where we get into the good stuff. So, commander skills, quality of life update, commander skills, equipment, consumables. This is a larger version of the screenshot that was shown on stream. So Sixth Sense is here with this gold banner, which means that you can still see Sixth Sense. You can still go down and select it, but you won't have to spend it in one of the 9 slots. Good. This is good. So the details for the changes to the crew skills. Any trained skill that still exists will still be in your commander. So if you've got a crew skill that isn't changing, it'll still be there. If your commander has a skill that has been combined into one of the other new skills, your commander will automatically have the new skill. So if we just jump to the crew skill changes here and we scroll down, I believe there will be one in here somewhere. I've lost it. So here, for example, if you had controlled impact or trick driving, this will be combined into dynamic driving. So if you had either one of these, you will automatically get dynamic driving. So if you had one, it's going to be combined and you're then going to get the new skill by default. Same goes for tank equipment. So if you've got the equipment and it's not changed, it'll still be there as usual, no changes. If the equipment has been combined, then you will automatically get the new equipment. So again, we take a look at the equipment, and here we go. So if you've got engine protection, reinforced ammo rack, reinforced fuel tank, you will automatically get reinforced internals. Same as the crew skills, same idea as the crew skills. For any purchased equipment that has been removed, players will receive 100% of the value back, and then you'll get that equipment slot back as well. And another thing to note about the commanders, if you've got a skill that's been removed, then that slot will just then be open so you can put a new skill in. Same for, that's the crew skills and equipment. I think we talk about consumables later on, but Cold War adjustments. In addition to the support changes, Cold War mechanics will see the following adjustments. And I think this is all, at the moment I'm not so keen on this, but I've got a feeling it's because the game is being slowed down. Sixth Sense will last longer. So you've been spotted. At the moment you've been spotted for 5 seconds, but that's going to go to 10 seconds, which is the same as World War II. And auto spot distance, excuse me, auto spot distance, or proxy spot is what we call it. That's going from 35 meters to 50 meters. So that means that if you're within 50 meters of a tank, then you'll just spot them automatically. Makes it a bit harder for things. It makes it harder to be sneaky. People will just default spot you by just stumbling upon you. I don't know if I like that, but again, we'll see. Launcher updates. Small quality of life change to the location of the select server change server. So this is down here. You can see the change server. You can pick that before you hit play. I thought they'd already done this. I think this is a slight tweak to what they'd already done, but hey, good to have. Map border. If you're approaching the map border from inside the map, you'll see this big red barrier, but it's not there all the time. I think you have to get within, I think he said 100 meters or something. And this is the player looking from inside the map to outside the map. If you're reversed up to the map boundary and you're looking the other way, so you're looking from outside in, this red barrier goes transparent. So the red is not going to block your view of any tank that you're trying to fight, which is I'm glad they did that, because that would be annoying if they hadn't thought of that. The booster menu is changing. We now have something very similar to the platoons menu, so each one is, you can expand each one so that you don't have to scroll endlessly through all your boosters. I was kind of hoping that they'd introduce the combine boosters feature here. I have read this, and I haven't read anything that says you can combine your boosters. So maybe they're still working on that. Maybe it needs to be adjusted. They're still waiting to bring it in. But what I really want to see is is the option to combine boosters, because I think I've got something like 800 4 times crew XP boosts. I think I'd like to combine those into 6 times or 8 times or whatever it might be. I would like to have that option personally, but this is good. This is good progress. This is heading in the right direction. I like that. Now this is a section on HUD updates for multi-turret vehicles. At the moment, it's very difficult to work out which gun you're firing, which one's loaded, which one isn't loaded. So essentially what they've done is, if we scroll down here, we've got new HUD. So that's the main weapon, and this is relevant, I suppose, for the Japanese heavies, where you've got the 2 little baby turrets at the front. That's the main gun. That's the second, and these 2 are the secondary. So at the moment, the main gun is selected with this chevron, the yellow chevron. If I go through, you've now got the first of the secondary weapons. You've got the second of the secondary weapons. And the new feature that they brought in is you can fire everything at the same time. So fire all mode, or all fire mode. So all 3 weapons can go bang at the same time, which, you know, that's good. Nice. It's nice to have that flexibility and those options. Right, map updates. We've got a returning map. This is not for Cold War. This is World War II only. This is Comorin, which is a map that I saw a lot playing at the low tiers. This is a good low tier map, and it's a pretty map. It's a nice looking map, or it was back in the day. That looks a little bit unfriendly, but hey, more maps for the World War II folks. That's good. That's good. Here we go. This is the meat and the bones of the Cold War stuff. And this is where I think some people may get a little upset. So they've brought in the terrain resistance changes they tested a couple of months ago, was it now? It may have been, I don't know. But anyway, we've got green in these images, so let's expand that. So green, firm terrain, yellow, medium terrain, blue, soft terrain. Red is slopes where you won't have any traction anyway. Before, Desful. We all know Desful if you've played Cold War enough. This is a relatively open map where light tanks can rule to an extent, and the pace of the game is pretty quick, especially in Era 3. But what they're changing now, firm terrain is green, so if we look at this is where the roads are, and there's rocky outcrops down here, roads through here, up here, into the city. Yellow though, soft terrain. So not a huge amount of change. What I'm assuming though is this doesn't look like it's going to change all that much, because yellow is medium terrain, green is firm. The only real thing I can see changing here is the river. Soft terrain in here. This is, I'd imagine this is to slow down the light tanks. Light tanks running through here will not be as quick and as nimble as they once were. So, make of that what you will. Let's have a look at the next one. Azure Coast. So again, green firm terrain, blue is soft terrain. If you're driving on that beach, you're going to be very slow. Very slow. Through the swampy area here, again, very slow. We're going to see some, I think these terrain changes, if you're trying to run away or whatever it is and you happen to be running through here, in this version, you just, through the water, a bit of a splash, off you go. Here, you're going to notice, I've slowed down. Here, you're going to notice the beach is going to be a, think carefully about going on that beach. Might not be the smartest move. How this will actually play, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens tomorrow. Following maps updated, so Hellfire Pass. Yeah. Again, blue in the wet areas. We're just going to have to see. There's going to be some changes on the sand here. I mean, this was all green. There was absolutely no terrain resistance changes at all, and now we've got quite a bit. We'll just have to see how it plays out. Mannheim, again, on the grass, there's going to be some, I don't know actually, that almost looks the same. Although no, the rivers are going to be slower, so crossing here, that's the only real river crossing point there, and the steps that are in the middle here somewhere. This might play the same. We'll have to see. Yeah, we'll see. Finally, Dragon Ridge then. And... yeah, well... you get the idea. We're just going to have to see what happens. So maps that have been removed, and I don't quite understand this list. Removed from Era 1. Himmelsdorf was fine. Siegfried Line, maybe not. Swamp was okay. Fjords was okay. Severagorsk, yeah. Berlin, fine. Sunset Coast, didn't like it, but fine. Mountain Pass, I don't know why these maps have been removed. I thought most of these were fine. Removing Sunset Coast and Era 2, yes, I agree with that. Sunset Coast, I never liked that map anyway. Severagorsk, okay. Era 3, Kaunas, yeah. Sunset Coast, yeah. Mountain Pass, yeah, definitely. This is good. It's the Era 1, I don't quite understand that. I had thought they, especially Mountain Pass, I always thought that was fine for Era 1. Well, it's gone. So, bye-bye. Automatically opening war chests. If you have any of the following war chests in your inventory, they will now automatically open upon the next login. Okay, so wow, if you've got Yule chests, whoa, that's from Christmas last year. I can see why they're forcing you to open those, because they're about to, well, this is the new season, the one after this is going to be their Christmas one, so that makes sense. But they're forcing you to open your unopened chests. Okay, fine. I can't imagine there are many people with that problem, but there must be, because they're bringing that in. So, yeah, there we go. Tank balance changes, nothing for Cold War there. So if you're World War II, I'll let you go over that, because I couldn't, okay, I couldn't tell you if that's good or bad anyway. Not clear. I haven't read through that bit. Privacy. It must be okay. I'm assuming that's to protect the kids that play the game, which fair enough. Additional improvements. Support added to the show the guaranteed drop counter of DLC war chests. Okay, PS5 support for DRS and FRS to improve performance of maintaining 60 frames a second. Okay, did have some frame drops every now and then. The following vehicles' autocans can no longer damage crew. Okay. T249. Alright. Good for the World War II, folks. MBT-70. Okay. 800T. Marder. And the Weasels in there as well. Okay. So you're no longer going to get crew damage with these vehicles. That's good to an extent. I mean, the VADS wasn't particularly powerful. The Marders were okay. Moderna, I mean that Moderna needs all the love it can get. That's not a benefit. The only tanks here that I can see this being good for is the Weasel, 800T, T249, and maybe the Gao. Yeah. Again, it is what it is. So, general issues addressed here. There's a lot going on there. I won't read through it all. If you want to read through exactly what's going on there, then by all means check out this article. I'll put a link to this article in the description. But a couple of changes to some Cold War tanks here. So the Marks of Excellence no longer disappear after the tank fires with the skin equipped. I did notice that happening, but hey, these are just minor changes. Marks of Excellence now display correctly in the MVP screen for the ADATs. Okay, all right. General small tidbits here that they've corrected, picked up on, fixed, and items rendering correctly in maps. So that's good. That's good. The big changes though for those of us that play Cold War is going to be the terrain stuff that we've looked at here, and it's going to be the crew skills and equipment changes, this stuff here. If you want to read more about this and the details of what's going on, then I will link to this article here, which has all these graphics which explain exactly what's going on, what's changing, what's being brought in, what's being taken out. I'll link to both of these in the description. So there we go, guys. That is what's coming tomorrow. Not far away now. If you've enjoyed this video, guys, please leave it a like, if not a dislike. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next one.